Hello, hello. Boy, I feel like I have roller skates on, but in like the best way. Like yesterday's membership live was insane. And then I was busy all day, but I felt so satiated, and the spaces that I was in was beautiful. I just am being bad, and I put butter on the homemade roll that I made earlier today. And I just did an incredible session with just a lovely human. And I'm back. Thank you guys for being patient. Listen, these messages are coming out like way deeper than I expected. And so I like to take my time if I feel like I have to deliver a message in a way that's palatable. Because sometimes people have messages for us, and the way they deliver them, we can't hear them, or it's not conducive to the space we're in. So sometimes I take longer, and that is what it is. Hello all. Thank you again for coming back. You guys are all amazing. All right. So let's look at Scorpio rising. I wonder if I'll be able to like blend these two and put them together. I guess not. I'll figure it out. I know we have quite a few Pisces risings here, and I feel bad that you guys will have to wait. I even managed to get the cookies on the cookie sheet and in the oven for my youngest because I could hear him waiting for me to be done. So I took my 5 minutes that I had in between. Put cookies in the oven for my babies. All right. Scorpio risings. Sun, moon, rising, like sun, moon, Venus, 8th house placements. I know there's not a lot about this eclipse that feels like Scorpio, you know? But don't forget that you are run by Mars, co-ruled by Pluto, but your ancient ruler, and the one that most astrologers, even the evolutionary ones, still use, is we use both. So with that being said, this solar eclipse is in the same rulership as you. I'm hesitant to do your reading, and I don't know why. I think we're about to find out. Full body chills. I feel like somebody just plugged me into the wall. You guys are the best. All right, Scorpio, for love and relationships, what's coming in here for you? And I mean, I think it'll really just kind of like that full moon. Chicken skin. Okay. My Scorpios. You got a very unique card. So, you have a card that only exists in this deck. First, you got the King of Wands, and this King of Wands has like a chameleon here. This feels like coming alive in your life again. And I'll tell you why, because I want to show you this card. I almost want to like turn the light down there. So this is called the Artist. And if you noticed, he's over here, but he's very, very concerned with what's going on over there. It looks like some kind of like fire or something, right? But he's very, the metallic on these cards makes them a little more difficult to see. Hold on one second. There we go. I don't know if that's any clearer, but there's smoke and things happening over in a distance in the tree. And we have wings on our feet. We have something to fly on. We can see something kind of like that he's sitting on. And he looks like ready to be ready. But he's not going over. He's just observing. But his body posture would say, we are emotionally, mentally, maybe even spiritually, like engaged with this thing, but we are not going over and engaging with this thing. That came out in reverse with the King of Wands in the upright. So for me as a reader, I am reading this as you have maybe been the chameleon in your life a little while now. Not that you're horribly unhappy or anything, but like maybe not fully stepping into your power. Maybe not fully, and I will say this again, often I find with Scorpios, you know, I mean, look at the amount of sign shaming they get. They get blamed for a lot. And after a while, that you just expect, you know, in the name of the stability that the fixed sign of Scorpio wants, while they still want their transformation, right? And they want to merge with somebody. They want real intimacy where you can like bare your soul. But, you know, for whatever reason, and I'm not saying that like we aren't all accountable for our actions, but for some reason there's it seems like it's easier to say, well, the wounded Scorpio did it, right? And so after a while, this can make somebody kind of move through their life like a chameleon because it's safer. The King of Wands comes into power. There's also, it's so funny, it's Leo in the corners here, and I swear there's a Scorpio in membership, and I just told them, like a lion with their pride, you have to go claim something. You know who you are. You just have to go claim it. And so there's no more observing and thinking and being mentally engaged, maybe emotionally engaged, spiritually engaged with something that you're not doing anything about. This is a relationship card. This is your relationship reading. Are you singing the roof, the roof, the roof is on fire? I love this community. Is funny as fuck. Yeah. This is, I mean, do you see the little Leo lions in here in this King of Wands, which is, it's fire energy. But that chameleon is very unique. That's just this card, this deck. This is the ethereal deck. The ethereal tarot. It was my second actual tarot deck. I have a very special relationship with it. That the Artist is just that. It is the sensitive. It is, you know, what you play out in your head. It's the subjectiveness of how you see things, and how that's like just a relationship with you and yourself. But it's in reverse now. Oh, that's cracking me up. There's a scene from Lord of the Rings. Hi, I'm Suzzy, I'm a nerd. There's a scene from Lord of the Rings where Emily, her name, I'm going to say it wrong. Liv Tyler plays, I want to call her Eowyn, but I know that's not right. Maybe it is. And it's like, and I have chills. Frodo is near death. He's harmed. He's vulnerable. And he's on the horse. And she's got all of these bad guys just coming at her. And she just looks him dead ass in the eye and say, if you want him, then come claim him. Because her need for protection, and now I want to cry. Oof. Her need for protection, which she understands is her mission, to keep him safe, nothing feels stronger than that. This feels like something dormant, not being dormant anymore for you, Scorpio. I see you all in the chat there. Yeah, Arwen, right? I said Eowyn, it's Arwen. You're gonna have to have that determination, but you have it in you. You're ruled by Mars. So while you're not a fire sign, I would say that Scorpio is the fire sign of the water. Pisces is the air sign of the water. Cancer is the earth sign of the water. I could do them all for you if you like. But you're ruled by Mars. I want to do a whole reading off of those two cards. You're by the way, if you are Scorpio, your April reading has been up on the channel. The water signs are up. And then I decided not to do them in the middle of when Mercury was going retrograde, in the middle of all this. I will commence the other 3 signs Tuesday or after. There's something full of passion here for you, and you may be the person that somebody else stops watching from afar. You may be the thing that somebody goes and claims. You may be the thing that, I can't get over the chameleon. It's almost like hiding in plain sight, you know? Can you hear them discussing the chocolate chip cookies if they have to come out of the oven now? Oof. All right, let's pull for your money. Yeah. Using the light seers to pull for money and career for Scorpio. Oh. Talking about Aragon. I will email you, but if you like him, there's a movie he's in. I mean, almost every movie he's in, but there's a movie, he's in it, and Ed Harris is in it. I don't care how old that man gets, Ed Harris. I like him with a little miles. I like him like a little not pretty boy. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. Scorpios, you could have help coming. And this could be like overdue. Also, money. It could finally feel like Six of Pentacles is also balancing the equity, if you will, in a pragmatic sense. I can't remember the name of the movie right now. If go on IMDb and look up Ed Harris and Viggo Mortensen in a movie. Also the one with the moon in the title with Diane Lane is kind of hot. He's just... There's something about violence in the title. But Scorpio, this money finds you. Oh, I want to pull a third card for this. I might. Who's going to stop me? Who's going to stop me? We have a Six of Pentacles and we have a Hermit. And the Six of Pentacles came out first. Somebody may be trying to give you money. I don't know if you have to have discernment about that. I don't know if you stopped fighting, asking, and it's just going to come to you, because this just feels like I'm not going to use that word. This almost feels like an overdue compensation. Like, I feel like you might have been like... Maybe for a few of you, felt like you're being bled dry, even though you're not like bled completely dry, but like rough enough to stress you in places. And for others of you, you were like minding your own business and this money is going to find you. It has turned into a crush conversation in the chat. This money is going to find you. It's so weird, Scorpio. I am going to pull a third. I'm going to pull a third. History of Violence. That's the name of the movie. I know. Does not sound like something somebody wants to snuggle up to, like... It's still, you know, I don't know. I was raised with brothers. I watch all of that. I'd rather that. I'm not going to watch a Lifetime movie, but I'll watch a Kurosawa movie. Or I'd rather watch all 10 hours of Band of Brothers before I'll watch Lifetime or any of those channels. It's just not me. No offense to anyone who does. No, it's too many. One more. Okay, let's get a clarifier. Let's get a clarifier. It's all the Aries energy. It's the scene on the stairs, in case anybody just wants to speed through all the rest of it in the history of violence. It's the scene on the stairs. Have a glass of water ready. Let's get a third clarifier. I'm feeling so much around this. I feel like for some of you, you're minding your own business and money comes. Money's offered. It could be like, hey, do you want to take this job? Hey, do you want to take... And for some of you, it's going to be like you're minding your own business. Somebody offers you a colleague's position with more money, but the money finds you. For others of you, somebody's trying to give you money and you're like, I don't know about the strings that come with this. Yeah. Okay. I keep getting the same kind of cards. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So this changes things. The other thing that came out, because I feel like I'm reading for two collectives, is for some of you, this is you minding your own business. The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, it just comes in. For others of you, you use your discernment because there are strings that you would rather not. So the person who's offering the money. I believe money is coming in other ways. I just feel like for a group of you, there's two ways to get the money. The way, it's like universe is bringing you money in two ways. One takes a little longer. And it's yours and it's supposed to be yours. And the other way, and don't forget Scorpio placements are going to be in a opposition to that. So like it's like if that money falls from Jupiter or Uranus, it can fall right to Scorpio. But for some of you, the careful about the quicker way. Use your discernment. You have gifts if you're a Scorpio. Use your discernment. All right, let's look at an advice card for you. And I want to take that wisdom deck again. Spawn, child. You better include in that sentence that your mom got you hooked on the BBC versions of You're lucky your name isn't Darcy. Obsessed. Obsessed. Hi, Adva. All right. This, I feel like I have to take my time with Scorpio here. What is the advice card in general for Scorpio? What did I fucking say? The Wailing Tree, reconciliations. I feel like that money is yours. Like, it's yours. Maybe not, for some of you, you're going to get offered something that's going to feel like quick and easy, but you kind of like your spidey senses are like, I feel like they're saying no strings, but there's going to be strings. But there's still money coming in without you having to do much for it because it's reconciliation. It is, I don't know if you can see. There's like a face in there. Right there. That is this, that is this, that is that Six of Pentacles with you minding your own damn business. reconcile with yourself, and then there you should expect other ones too. I know you're gonna have an issue with like trusting it when it comes in, but Wheel of Fortune, that got pulled. That was the clarifier. Okay. And the Three of Swords that came out in reverse. All right. Dump. Sagittarius. No, let's put her over here. Sagittarius. I'm going to take the Night Goddess deck for you. Did you guys take the cookies out? I kind of want Italian food. Some kind of conflict, some kind of fight. You're either walking away from it or it's over. Five of Swords in reverse. If this is a love relationship or whatever, they're either the fighting is over or you're done fighting. Let's see what the other card has to say. Now I love this. I can be like, oh, this is the Night Goddess Tarot. And then y'all can go look up the timestamps. Every single deck I have is timestamped in that video. What else do we have for Sag? It feels sticky. Well, that explains it. It was sticky. Five of Swords in reverse. You have everything you need to win. It's just that it felt like there was either a conversation or possibly for some people there's an interloper. And again, that doesn't mean like a indiscretion third party. There's just an interloper. And somebody has no business in your business, but they are. I don't feel like for all of you this is necessarily fighting with your partner. But it's just like, I'm done. I don't have the energy for this anymore. But like you have everything. You have everything that you needed to win to begin with. Not so much win, but like be like, this is this and that is that. You cannot try to pee on my head and tell me it's raining. You had your facts lined up. You had everything. For some reason, this felt like beating your head against a brick wall trying to like convince somebody of something. In reverse, it just makes me feel like I'm no longer fighting this. It could also be like a pick your battles kind of thing. Here's the Justice card. Is that not the most gorgeous Justice card? It's so Sagittarian, right? And here comes the Justice card. Sagittarians, you all are like a powerful bunch, right? And you have Jupiter ruling you. And there is truth in Jupiter. Jupiter is a great teacher, right? There is expansion. There is knowledge, right? Like real higher knowledge, which is truth. Hence why I say you're Sagittarius and you know things. It feels like the part of you that wants everyone to win was just constantly trying to like make this okay, like make this better, try to like convince somebody of something. And when you finally pulled back, Five of Swords in reverse, when you finally pull back and stop trying to like help the other person, which is such a Sagittarian thing to do, right? They want everyone to win. The universe comes in and serves this whole situation justice. I'm taking the third card. Ouch. Yeah. Something here is ready to be transformed in the love life. We have two major arcana, the Five of Swords in reverse. It's the Death card and Justice. And the Death card doesn't mean the relationship ends. One thing could, like, it's transformation. It's rebirth of the relationship. It could be a returning person. It kind of came out sideways. It could be a returning person. But I see this really more with the two major arcana here. I see this as like universe doling out some transformation in a way where like, I want to say you don't have to be the bad guy. Sagittarius does not like to be the bad guy. Capricorn does not mind if they have to be the bad guy. If that's what we need to get this done the right way, then sure, I'll be your villain, right? I'll be your Huckleberry. There are a couple of signs that just don't, like, that seems like a you problem if you want to make me the bad guy. Sagittarius really would rather not. You get to step back and just kind of like watch the justice happen in this situation and watch the transformation happen. And I feel like this is revelatory for you Sagittarians and ninth house placements, because it helps you on your way to a beautiful relationship, or it helps you in what's already a good relationship. It's a little not my monkey, not my circus. The intention was so good to want to help. The intention was so good to want to help. You can't convince somebody who believes the sky is green that it's blue, right? And that's kind of what this feels like. And sitting back and watch like, oh, this can all happen. I don't have to be the thing that steers this boat. Because conflict is not your favorite thing either. Rather be happy. Rather laugh. Oh Lord, the chat has gone rogue. But we have two major arcana. This is huge. This is not a little thing for your relationships. This is a big thing. It feels like a love you can enjoy. Feels like a love you can enjoy. Feels like less of a job. It feels like a love you can enjoy. And I have chicken skin again. Okay. Let's get some money cards for you. I enjoy that there's shenanigans. And everybody's that's got a badge, you know, you can. There are gifts and even videos available in the Discord. I know some of you are well aware. Oh, that's weird. One of those cards came out. That's interesting. I'm just going to take that as a side note. Sagittarius, money, work, money, career, work. Oh, that's crazy. There's some like wrong cards in here. This is the Hermit, but in reverse for you for money. You may have been quiet, and you may have been like, I'm just going to deal with this on my own. Like, I'm going to let that mess be that mess, and I'm going to be in here. I don't think you're being quiet about this anymore. Like, it's not, even if you had a cocoon a little bit from whatever this is. This is money and career, money and career. It's like I gave you all pixie sticks and finger paints. Woo! Sagittarius. It's a lot of breakthrough. Now, this area, all this Aries energy is trining you. They're having the I love you more conversation. And with that Chiron, like the rocket, go watch the special, like the north node and the forward trajectory of Aries as it is, and the solar eclipse and this big energy. And then Chiron is like the falling away, the pieces you no longer need. That is all having an I love you more conversation with your with your placements. And then on top of it, the Saturn and Mars, the rules of engagement and any confusion around it. This is the card that doesn't belong in either of these decks, but it flew out anyway, the Ace of Swords. It's like the epiphanies, the epiphanies, the epiphanies. And you're epiphany prone. I got the Hermit in reverse and the Lovers in reverse for... Now, Lovers is the Gemini card. It's the opposite on the other side of your wheel, but the Lovers used to be called the Choice. And this Lovers card is not very lovey-dovey. It's like a split cell. It's very twin-like, but it's like a split cell. Man, it's like pulling back the pinball thing and then just watching it go for you, Sagittarius. And I have to tell you, Sagittarius risings, I love where this is falling in your chart. Love. I just said I have a friend who's a Sag rising. And, you know, like, sure, as a Virgo and stuff like that, then there's other things to look at. But, because there's a trine from the opportunity thing going on in Taurus, but that the way that the Sag risings are having this fall in their chart is kind of like you're either going to get all that new moon energy in your 5th house, or you're going to get the Jupiter, depending on your rising degree, or you're going to get the Jupiter Uranus in your 5th house. Both are nice. Both are nice. something that you thought was a choice is no longer a choice. Something you're being quiet about is no, you're no longer quiet. And it is like so obvious. It may not have been obvious before. I know that's crazy. It's like understanding the rules of engagement. It's that squaring, that challenge, like whatever this challenge was, it's carrying over all over. It's just the, I keep hearing the song, I'm Coming Out. Diana Ross coming out. I'm gonna, because I'll do what I want. Because I do what I want. Yeah. Sagittarius and Sag risings, I don't think that you realize, but the way that you pulled back in relationship, you might have also done that. This is a you thing. This isn't, I mean, these are very different situations, but it is you experiencing these situations differently with a different point of view because of the epiphanies, because of the being able to be like, oh, I can sit back and let shit burn what's supposed to burn and go well what's supposed to go well. And I'm not responsible. I don't have to carry that weight. Because you won't, I don't think you're bossing people around. I think you're quiet sometimes, but you know, sometimes Sag and Pisces have the thing in common where they work so well in the 5D. Sometimes the 3D stuff feels like an annoyance, and there's a lot of semi-sextiles in this chart. And it's like you finally stopped to tie your shoe and went, what the fuck, I'm not doing this anymore. You have the Tower in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Hermit. These are all major arcana. This is like avoiding disaster by not staying silent anymore. Something you used to think that was like part of your money, part of your success, part of it, it's not anymore. But there feels like such this, the justice, the transformation, all of it feels like such, like it's strong. You feel strong to me, Sagittarius. You feel very strong to me. It's like just an understanding and like in an inner power. I almost feel like you swerved in a good way. All right, let's pull. Which one of these do we want? We want these. Yes, we do. Rebecca Campbell. Can't take you kids anywhere. If you would wonder why people would hang out for like 2-hour lives, it's just a little bit me, the community, the chat. It's like a group of besties now. And you're welcome. If you don't know any of these people, I promise you within 2 weeks, you'll be in on all the jokes. Yeah. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking, stop worrying, and face north. That's all of this. It's almost like you were so hard trying to fight stuff or trying to like make something work. And it's across the board for you, Sag. And you're incredibly lucky now. And you can either stay tied to something that kind of like holds you back a little bit, or you can just be like, oh, I can have all this. Woo! Sagittarius. This reading is like I feel like I wouldn't want to piss you off right now. I don't ever feel like that way about Sagittarius. I mean, I don't want to piss anybody off, but I'm just saying like this feels very strong. Like you, because you're kind of like, well, I know how things really are. And I understand that this person, it's okay. They'll have their time. But this, you are in fuck around and find out mode. And I am here for it. But it's good. It's like, it brings in a ton of abundance amongst other things. And you're far less drained. If you've been drained as a Sagittarius, expect that to end. Expect that to end. Okay, Capricorn. Oh, what deck do I want? Oh, I almost knocked my bread over. I would cry. My fresh bread. My roll. Just so you know too, while I have a bunch of you here, because I think I said it originally in a closed live stream, like a members only live stream. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm going to do the Zoom block party because I hit 1,000 and I just wanted to like be like in 1,000 for a while. But also if you're hearing this, and I also think it's really nice to have a safe place for people to practice their gifts. So like a closed Zoom, and we can break up in groups and there can be guidance and all of that. But as people, you know, we're having another like 2024 is going to be like that too. And a lot of people coming into their gifts, a lot of people kind of know, but don't know how to use them or like feel safe practicing because they don't want to say the wrong thing to somebody or advise somebody. So I'm going to create just like a safe, free thank you to the subscribers of this channel. And if you are interested in that, leave me a comment on the earlier one that I did, the part 1 of earlier today. Just go comment on that because you can now, just to say I'm interested in the Zoom spiritual practice. And then I will answer you. I'll make sure I answer everybody and put them, you know, give you my email so that you can get added, because that'll be a private Zoom. It won't be a YouTube thing. So people can feel comfortable and safe. Capricorn rising. Ooh, the Emperor just showed. Somebody around you is having an ego death. Okay. And I want you back. Dun, dun, dun. Old connection or something. Either you just walked away from somebody or somebody that walked away from you wants back in, Capricorn. That hoe still needs some saving. Good night, Annika. I can't even... How late is it there? It's 11 o'clock at night. Okay. That was a flattering face I just made, right? Who cares? You got an 8 of Cups in reverse. So then they want you back. Dun, 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 dun. That's what I heard. Of all the songs about getting somebody back, that's what I heard. I can't tell you about the hamster on the wheel. It just does what it does. And there's an Ace of Cups. That's an I love you. That's universe supporting this. So this is not somebody sliding into the DMs because it's Mercury retrograde with a little brown chicken brown cow. This is universe is like kind of putting their little da-ding on that. It's for Capricorns. I mean, I don't know how else I'm supposed to interpret that. A universe sanctioned, divinely guided, and I love you, love coming, being offered from somebody that there was a previous walking away. And now listen, if you're like, oh God, that ex, I don't want and I love you from them. It's probably not them, because universe is all up in this. Right? So universe isn't going to bother using all of their universal energy to bring you the damn ace. This isn't a Knight of Cups, and it's not a Page of Cups. You feel me here? This is not a Two of Cups even. It's the ace, which means it's universe driven, not human driven. It's 5D driven, not 3D driven. So if you're sitting here listening and going like, oh, I don't want that one. That's not who this is. That's not who it is. Don't also forget that Capricorn placements, that Jupiter, Uranus, unexpected opportunities, Venus run at that. Because it's in Taurus. That's all. It's trining your placements. We're going to use the same deck. No, not that one. I get that all the time when I'm like doing a reading. And I'm like doing a reading from the POV of the healed version of people. And especially on TikTok, I'll get somebody be like, well, I don't want him back. Okay, then say no. Like, I don't think I'm talking about that person. There's so much confusion about like divine connections and whether they'll like fuck you over and come back and all this other stuff. Like, I don't see that way. So that's not my point of view. That's not how my guides work. That's not how my space works. But they'll argue with me. Oh, well, I didn't want him back. Okay, then don't listen to the reading. Scrolling is an option. Or you could yell at me. I mean, it's engagement. I don't know. I just know what you want me to do with that. There are other readers listening to this. They get it. All right, what's going on for Capricorn for money? Money, 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 money. It doesn't have a time on it. It's universe is bringing this person back. Somebody you dealt with. All right, that deck is kicked. It does not want to give me money. Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. Hey. I think it's like payday for Capricorn. You've got Venus, woo, and all that Martian energy in a square. You have the Jupiter, Uranus in a trine. And you have the Mars in Pisces and the Saturn in Pisces in a sextile. All right, let's see what it says. Let's see what they have to say. This is the one that I always call the Dreamweaver, but it's something else, and I even did the damn show, and I still want to call it the Dreamweaver. It's the dream something. Mystic Dream. Ooh, they keep popping back in. Queen of Swords. I don't know if this is you telling people, listen, that's my price. Listen, I'm doing more work than I'm getting paid for. Listen. But Capricorns and 10th house placements, there's a truthfulness there here. And just, this is what it is. This is what we're going to have the conversation about. We're not veering off from the conversation. And I always think that looks like Mary Catherine Gallagher. And it makes me want to smell my armpits real bad. What else do we have for money? Whatever it is, the Queen of Swords tends to get what she wants. And again, this is genderless. I feel like it's about to be payday for Capricorns. Something that was out of balance, you are putting back in balance, and you are doing that with you're going to have to speak up, and you're going to have to be truthful, and you're going to be strong in your words, Capricorn, but something comes back into balance financially. Swords and Pentacles. It's your own actions and your own truth and your own, like, you're not gonna steer me left turn at Albuquerque off of the conversation where I'm not getting paid for all the work I'm doing. Or like somebody's got your money as far as like, could be a loan, could be a couple of things. But you know, and you're fine to step into Queen of Swords energy. You'll be all right, Cap Risings. But like this money is yours. And you're gonna go get it. I'm feeling a lot like, no, I'm doing this job and that job, and you know it. And for others, I feel like somebody's got something you've let be out of balance because it seemed like a small irritation or a small thing. You listen, a lot of this eclipse energy is about stopping to tie the shoe and finding out, oh, there was a lot more to that than just tying my shoe. Like things that feel like distractions or annoyances, when you actually pay attention to them, it's like, oh. It's almost like something you didn't think would be worth, like, putting the energy into being like, that's mine, give it to me, is going to be a bigger windfall than you think it is. Let's pull you an advice card. I want those. Between worlds. It feels like you're coming out of something and moving into something much brighter, but the in between has not been fun. And I almost get for the Cap placements and Cap Rising and 10th house placements that, like, you don't want to have to, like, be a bitch to get things. You don't want to have to be an asshole to get things. And you're tired of people, like, because you're a humanitarian one person at a time. You're a creme brulee sign, right? So, like, but you're so tired of being like, oh my God. Like, of course. Oh, I'm frozen. I unfroze it. It feels like there's a lot of change for all the signs, obviously. But it feels like whatever you had to go through to get to this part just doesn't feel fun. It feels like it was frustrating, and it shouldn't have been. And either other people, when you were trying to do something good, made it difficult, or again, it doesn't feel like you're becoming somebody completely new. It feels like more you're uncoiling things that, like, you weren't doing that is actually aligned more to you because you were tired. But it's going into full color, kind of like the Wizard of Oz. that makes any sense. I mean, leave me a comment, Capricorns, because now I kind of want to know. Let's do Aquarius, and then we'll do Pisces, and then we'll give away a reading to the 12 people who are in the room. Let's see what's going on for Aquarius and your love life. Oh, hi, Gemini love. For a very few people, the whole Wizard of Oz thing that just came to my head, and that walking into color. I'm just going to say this way, because those who are supposed to understand will. That might be for anyone who's like a friend of Dorothy that hasn't been living their life fully out loud. And that whole like uncoiling things that keep you back from that. that feels like for one or two people. Hi, Lindsay. Ah. Came to your senses and you chilled for a bit. I wanted to know why this was this. We have a Knight of Swords and a Six of Swords. Somebody is going to make effort. Somebody's rushing in, and not just with words, with effort, because I was like not happy for Aquarius. That was like somebody's, but they have to like, they are waiting on it. They are struggling with it. Or you pulled back and let them. If they were a Knight of Swords, like when they're on, and the like, oh, right, the conversation is lit or whatever it is. But then when they're not, they're not. At some point you pulled back, or they just needed time. And now you're going to get actual efforts, Aquarius. Again, everything may be with a delay. This is Aquarius, rising, moon, sun, 11th house placements. But it might be with a delay because of, you know, we're having an obstruction of the light right now. Damn. This is either like the only, you know, and this is the way, like, I just had this conversation. I don't like it when people call Aquarius placements detached. I have an Aquarius moon child that could live off hugs. He would like some bacon also, but he could really live off hugs and like needs them every day. They're not cold and detached. What they are is void of like some of the more unhealthy attachments that we all just as humans experience, and all of the social constructs, blah, blah, blah. Because of that, an Aquarius placement, or somebody having like an Aquarius progressed placement, can really have the ability to like step back and be like, well, that's not about me, and not do it, not step back. I was just saying this to another practitioner friend, that sometimes when somebody wants to do a cord cutting, but they want the cord cutting so somebody feels the release of the energy, so that they will be like, oh, wait, what did I do? Let me go put some effort into this. That's not the reason you want to do a cord cutting. right? And so like we all know when we pull back our space or pull back our effort, it can evoke this reaction. But if Aquarius does that, they are not doing it to evoke a reaction. They're just doing it because like, hey, that's not about me. That's not about them. Let me go do my stuff. And then it'll be what it'll be. So this is either you resting or them needing some space. But because I asked what brought this on. They're going to make the movements. They are going to possibly travel to you. But they're actually going to move out of whatever stuck place they were in. So they're not just coming with the words. They're actually going to come with actions. And this was not calculated. Other people will be like, oh, well, that was it was not calculated. It's just not how that. They're going to show you actions. If they're not showing it yet, they will. They're going to show you actions. It's like one of the hardest, most grown, healed things to do is when somebody is inconsistent, right? To decide whether that, like, is that just like a temporary ego stroke? Or is that just a them thing? Rather than thinking like, oh, maybe I didn't say the right thing, or I said the wrong thing, or maybe I put this picture up and I didn't look cute, right? And like very mature, emotionally mature and healed people can still do that because we all have insecurities and we all have wounds and we all have triggers. It is one of the most grown, healed things to be like, oh, that's not about me. Okay. Money, 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 money. You got a Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the first thing is you're probably getting more than one offer. You don't have to pay attention to the small offers. Ace of Wands. Ignore the small offer that is like coming from somebody who's like, oh, you know what we should do? We should do a business together. Like, but not really have, like, they maybe want you to do all the work, Aquarius. Like, they have a good idea, but they want you to do the work. Universe, it's an ace. I just had this conversation about the other ace. An ace is sanctioned during Capricorn's reading. I'm talking about the ace. This is an Ace of Wands. Something else is going to come in. You're going to know. It's not the like, hey, you know what we should do? And then like doing all the work for something that other person really kind of like, oh, this would be so great, but they're not really going to do it. Someone else is going to come in. This is very Aries moon eclipse kind of energy. Universe is going to bring something in. And it's going to be creative, probably. You know, one of the things I said about Aquarius for the eclipse is that you may take temporary breaks, things that drain you. You may take temporary breaks because you have to try on new things. The money is going to come when you do the thing that sets you on fire a little bit, and the other people involved are also as active, as productive, as fired up about it, and isn't like, oh, this would be great if we could do that. Because that's what the first thing I got. And there's some interest in, and you would like to help that person. But no, there's somebody who's going to put, you're not going to be like holding, because there's stuff that's draining you that's really important for you. Just take a temporary. You don't have to like close the door altogether. But there's money coming in, and you'll know which direction to go for career and money, because it'll be the thing that it's like, yes, this is happening. Like, and everything's supporting it. And it feels like there's less obstacles for it because universe is going to be supporting it. Let's pull you a card. I'm going to go back to this. They have ads running? I just saw a thing. Are there ads running while I'm live? I'll make sure that's turned off. That seems annoying. I would feel like I would be annoyed. It's also making a really long lag in between what I'm saying, what I'm reading in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sacred action, decisive focus. This like, hey, this would be great, blah, blah, blah. That's not for you right now. Decisive focus. Paying attention to actions. That's really annoying then. Is it annoying, guys? Because if it's annoying, I'll turn them off. That feels annoying. Like, I get it in the replay in the beginning, but like not in the middle of a live. Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that. Aquarius. Yeah, literally, when you know, you know. You will know. And it'll feel not hard because things might again, you might have things where like you feel like you can't have a conversation again or whatever, or you just don't wanna. Actions are gonna happen in your relationship and like decisiveness, and I promise you, you'll be supported. Oh, if people who have the premium won't see the ads probably. I'll see if I can shut that off. I don't know if I can. I can see if I can shut that off for like during the live. I don't like that. All right, Pisces. Where's the deck I want? Here we go. Cards for love for this eclipse, and then after Pisces I will give away a reading. This damn Knight of Cups. So this Knight of Cups to me is very different than the other Knight of Cups. Look how precious that is. It's either being unearthed from a place that it was shrouded and guarded and kept, or it's being put away safe. But because it's a Knight, it makes me feel like somebody is coming back gingerly, gently for something that was like held. This could be like the whole like, I carry your heart, I carry it in my heart, or however that goes. Because this is very precious. This Knight of Cups is very different to me. So Pisces, we could be talking about something that was either put on hold or somebody who just hasn't gone near you. Might have you a little bit on a pedestal. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we get. Hi, Dina. Yeah. Everybody's getting like 3 for this last. That came out sideways. I need more. Rules of engagement. There's a lot here about consent, and there's a lot here about this person holds you so dear and so precious. I don't know if they know that, I don't know if they think that they have, that you want it. They're watching you. Yeah, okay. We have another King of Swords. He came out sideways, and you have somebody watching you that hasn't spoken up yet, or they're just not being as communicative as you like. And because you're Pisces, you may be clocking them like a mofo. You may be like, why are they not saying the thing? Like, I can feel it. I can hear their words in their brain. I can feel their feelings in their body. This is Pisces rising, 12th house placements. It's almost like, look how precious and like fragile that cup is. They will eventually, this is going to be a delay, but they will eventually tell you how they feel. I don't think this is a person comfortable with the whole feelings thing. They're watching you, but they're not saying the thing yet. Now I want to do a whole Pisces reading and use the pendulum. Like, are we going to hear from this person before? I think it's going to be different for everyone. They're watching you. And I'm not a big like, ooh, they're watching you, they're spying. But not that that doesn't happen. That happens a lot. I mean, like I said the other day, I'm a 10th house sun. I just assume all the time I'm being watched. It's not really, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide when you have 10th house placements. But they're not creepy spying. I cannot emphasize enough the feeling of that card, that it is... Aw, thank you, Erica. The Aquarius reading was just... I mean, the cards flew out. They were what they were, but you should probably watch it. We move from a page to a king. This person will speak up. But how precious they hold you. It's like... They might feel like a bowl in a china shop. They feel a fragility. And I'm not a fan of pedestals. I feel like when somebody puts somebody else on a pedestal, it usually causes problems. It's not better. It's not good. I used to think it was, but the more healed version of me understands what that entails. And also, like, that also can leave somebody else feeling less than the person they're putting on a pedestal, which can lead to all kinds of relationship issues, including delay. They like don't want to ruin it. That's whether you're in a relationship already or they haven't come forward at all. There's room also for the Knight to become the King of Cups. They're being very careful with their words, Pisces. But they will mature into the King from the Page. It's like they want, it's not like they're spying in a weird way. It's like they want to get what to say to you to secure your company. Speaking of Pride and Prejudice, to like beg your favor. Like, if you are in a relationship, whether it's brand spanking new, hasn't started yet, or just a little new, whatever. If you're in a relationship where the other person is being tentative, no matter how new it is, or hasn't started yet, and you were like, did the thing we all do sometimes, talk about like some of the things, like, so we can trauma bond, right? Like Pisces is good at trauma bonding. And so like, I'm not info dump so much, but like talk about like, oh my God, yes. Like if they mention an ex that was difficult, then you were like, oh my God, blah, 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 right? And so now their whole concern is you They can, oh my God, they can never be the person you talk about like that. They can never be the person you talk about like that. Whether they hear you in passing talking about an ex or somebody you have to co-parent with or somebody that was just creepy, they cannot. They are so overly concerned with being, that you ever speak about them like that, that they don't want to fuck it up. They're worried about, look how precious you are to them though. That's what it is. Which is something we all do. It's not, and listen, let me tell you something, that's not on you. If they internalize it and they're making it like a thing in their head bigger than it has to be, that's a them thing. And maybe this relationship is giving them the space to heal that, right? It doesn't make it all wrong or all right or anything. People are going to mention their exes on first dates or in the beginning of dating or whatever. Now, I went on a date once where somebody was like talking, like calling her the see you next Tuesday on the car on the way there. And I was like, oh, this is not good. That was definitely like, text me, there's an emergency, I gotta go situation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they saw the pain in your eyes. Listen, if Pisces is going to merge with somebody, if there's potential, then that person's probably also like feeling things. But sometimes the other person doesn't know that that is what they're feeling. They're just internalizing it and overthinking what they're vibing off of you. Does that make sense? I know it makes sense to Pisces. Other people are like, Suzzy, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm sure it makes sense to Pisces. Maybe if I cuss enough, they'll stop putting ads. I know I should want the ad revenue. It's not that much. It's like most of my videos are like, you made 90 cents. But not if it's annoying. It's 90 cents is it worth if you guys are all like annoyed by it. Oh, this is interesting, Pisces. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't take that on. Don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. They are internalizing. All I keep hearing is like, I can never be somebody that affects them in a way that they will speak. They don't even think that you are shit talking or gossiping. They're not even looking at it like, oh, that's toxic. They're just thinking like, I can never like do that to that beautiful person. All right. Let's get some money. Baby. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. No. Ooh. This is so earthy. This is so money. The Druid Tarot. That's the King of Pentacles. He's got his man spreading, taking up space. He owns something. I don't know if you're going to come into property ownership, business ownership, something, some kind of generational wealth. But that is a taking up space, completely relaxed. I would say, when I do like manifestations and physically feel in my body what it would feel like to like find out like I won a bunch of money in the lottery or whatever. The first thing I feel is almost sleepy because I'm so relaxed. Like it feels so nice to just, that's not. Hi, thank you for watching from Australia. Let me say that right. Is it Narelle? This is so, I'm going to read this. Me personally, I'm going to read this as like, there's so much money I can relax. Like, I own that. No one can take it from me. Nobody can be like, your position is now gone. This is something that is intrinsically, Pisces, this is yours. And you need it. Like, this is welcomed, of course, like King of Pentacles energy for like work, money. Strength card. This one, she's almost like it's an oxen or a warthog, or an oxen and a warthog had a baby. I don't know what to tell you, but she's almost protective of it. Like, this is what I talk about when you are strongest, when you can stand in your vulnerability and still feel strong. Because it's not about the environmental things that are making you feel weak or strong. It's in here. You built the core. You rebuilt the core. You rebuilt the core. Not so shabby for Pisces. Almost all court card. It is. It's all court. Your whole entire reading is court cards and one major arcana. You know, Pisces, people look at Pisces as like all these people. They're forged in fire. They're forged in fire too. Do you see what I mean about that strength card? It's almost, she's controlling. She's almost protecting him. Vigilance too in that strength card. All right, Pisces, let's get you an advice card and then let's give away a reading. Two bad bitches. Two bad bitches. Two bad bitches. You know what time it is? It's a bull or an oxen or a warthog or something. But it's supposed to be an animal that's out of control, right? Like, but she's controlling it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not the environment that's making you feel strong or weak. It's you. Or Pisces. All right, let's get, for anyone who's listening, and Pisces, these cards never hurt. All right, okay. I love a good oracle card. They never disappoint. They never disappoint. By the way, Lee, if you and your brother are worried about like how many cookies you're supposed to leave for me, I'm just gonna use, there's like leftover dough for like 2 cookies. I'm gonna put pecans in them. It's okay. You guys can eat those chocolate chip cookies. And you still have homemade candy bar, by the way. And I think I'm going to make us shrimp scampi for dinner with the rolls and like a garlic sauce. Which has me excited now. I can't read the chat once these are on. I can read this. I just can't read the chat. It's because I'm getting old. Okay. Drink from your own well, water your own garden. When we are alone, we learn how to not take our inspiration or sustenance from others. We do not drink from their wells. We do not feed from their cauldrons. We do not need anyone else's energy to generate our own. We can create our own energy, find the source, the spring within us, and begin to drink from that and discover who we are when we are most ourselves. Within you is the spring, drink from it. Within you is the garden, water it. Find the source within you. Do not seek inspiration elsewhere. This is not the time for that connection. Now is the time to follow the path until you discover the grail of self and you become your own light. I feel like we were overdue one of those. I haven't read Into the Woods, I feel like, in a while. Okay. How should we pick a winner today? Oh, I know. I'll use the double major. So it's only court cards in major arcana. And if nobody guesses right away, I will give you guys hints. How's that? And I'll give away a half an hour. Yeah, if you won in the last 6 weeks, then you can play. You're remote camping. I hadn't picked a card yet. Okay. This is the double major. It's only court cards in major arcana, so it's double of each, so there's actually not that many things. So I will tell you, it ended up being a court card and not a major arcana. I'm gonna take a bite of my oh my gosh, so good. Court is a page, a knight, a queen, or a king in one of the four. It's not toasted. I made homemade like milk rolls, like soft dinner rolls. It really is that good. Between the bread and the rolls and the cookies, my house smelled like a bakery for most of the day, since early in the morning. It's not going to be an ace through a 10. It's only going to be, it cannot be an ace through a 10. It can only be a page, a knight, a king, or a queen. I make a butter that's caramelized red onion and balsamic, and then you know, you just get it all together. I also make a dill butter, and that's what I feel like doing now. I haven't seen it so far. I am looking. I'm going to double check. I'm going to take a second. Nobody yet. I got that Two Bad Bitches song stuck in my head. If I were somebody guessing, I'd kind of do by process of elimination what what hasn't been guessed yet. Annika's the giveaway person. She seems to guess quite often. It's not a new Cardi B song. I'll send it to you on TikTok. Hi, Moanne. It can't be a number. It's going to be a page, a knight, a queen, or a king in one of the 4 suits. Y'all danced around it. I want to say it's like a bad date. It's just getting danced around. That's a bad date. It's so spicy out. It's the Aries. I will not take responsibility for that last thing I said. The eclipse made me do it. Maricela. It is the Knight of Wands. And it's funny because this Knight of Wands gets off the horse and is looking. It is lost. It is a lost Knight of Wands. Because it's the double major. But Maricela finally, I went back and checked 3 times. I can only go by like my feed, but I see Maricela as the first one. Okay, Maricela, you can message me. And you can either add that to, it's a half an hour, so you can add that if you even want to like do a special and then add that, or you can just keep it as it is. Everybody that guessed wands, you were pulling in the wands or the fire, and everybody that was guessing a knight, you were also good on that. It was funny because I was thinking when Annika is not, it's usually Annika and Maricela that are pretty spot on. But you know. The giveaway. We just did the giveaway. Listen, you all be safe and trust yourselves. Trust yourselves. That's the most important part of this. Trust yourself. If you don't feel like you want to go out tomorrow, don't go out. If you want to go with safely, because it's very close to us, look at the solar eclipse. Look at the solar eclipse. But if you think you do and then you want to stay in, just trust yourself. And I know they're saying, oh, there won't be another one like this for this. You can go take a plane. If you really, really need to go see an eclipse, you can go across to the other side of the world and go, you know. It won't be the last one for your lifetime. I think I'm going to go make shrimp scampi and then make like a nice garlic herb thing for the other rolls. I appreciate all of you so much. I love you, now you love you. And thank you all, everybody who super chatted early. That was very unexpected. And thank you. I felt it. Because this went so long, I'm not going to take more questions. But maybe I'll do one of those soon. Okay. I love you, now you love you. Bye, everybody. Happy eclipse.